of Compassion or Stories of Compassion, as you can call it. So, this is the first episode of Stories of Compassion, in where we are going to try to bring in the compassionate stories happening around us that we are unaware of. Like this kind of simple things that are happening around us are going to bring it to you for so that you can also know and you can also notify us if you find any of such kind of story. So, from starting from the first 2 days, we have thought to give tribute to one of the biggest legends or the house that has been a steady partner of India's growth throughout the independence journey. So that is the House of Tatas. So today we are going to shed a light on love story from House of Tatas. So as we hear the House of Tata's name, the first thing that appears on our face is like a giant steel industry, TCS, or the Tata Motors right now, which is dominating the world all around right now. But all of these things were started from simple things. So you think where there is love in this thing. So it started today. As you can see, there are a lot of monuments of love around the world, around the India. India is one of the famous for its Taj Mahal also. One of such place is one of such monument of House of Tata is present right here in Maharashtra, right here in India. That is Tata Memorial, as we see it. All sound confused. How can it be a monument of love? So for this thing, we have to get back into the time. That is correctly 100 years back from now onwards. Time was of 1950s to 1920s. World War just has happened. World War One has hit India a lot. It has hit the British Crown also. There was Great Depression going around the world. Everything was shattering. All the industries were crumbling, especially the steel industries, because all the weapons and everything has drained the steel industries for British. They may have won the World War One, but they paid a huge price. That means they paid a huge price. That means India, that is the British India, paid a huge price at that time. One of such industry that was hit at that time was the Tata Industries. At that time, JRD Tata's was leading from the front for World War One. But during that duration, JRD Tata unexpectedly leave the world for us. And in that time, the reign of Tatas were held by Dorabji Tatas. As we hear Tatas today, it is significantly known for Tata Trust and Tata Sons. But there is one significant person standing above all. The medical sector is completely handled by the Dorabji Tata Trust today. So who was the Dorabji Tata? Dorabji Tata was the person who take over the Tata Sons after Jamshedji Tata in 1921. It was the time period of Great Depression. Tatas were hit with a lot of difficulties. During that, if we see for Dorabji Tata was not a visionary person, just like we see JRD Tata today. JRD Tata was a compassionate person, just like Ratan Tata we have seen today. But he had his great person with a great compassion towards his workers and great love for his wife. So he is the hero of our today's story, Mr. Dorabji Tata. So there must be a heroine also for the story. Who was it? So it was our Meherbai. She was and Dorabji Tata were married right on the Valentine's week of 1898. And also we know what a love brings, what a person can bring in love. So right after 2 years, second anniversary of their marriage, Dorabji Tata gifted Meherbai with a diamond known as the Jubilee diamond. It was one of the biggest diamonds of its time. It was 245 carats. Right now, if you compare its valuation, it's around 150 CR. Fucking at that much worth. And if we see, it was twice as the size of the Kohinoor. It was supposed to be the crown diamond for the Queen of England. But no, it was not. Love had other plans. Love, as in Dorabji Tata has other plan. He swifted just one day prior from the British crown. So gifted it to Meherbai. She wore it for all her visits to the Queen, to the President of United States, And she was the icon at the time. She was the first lady to ask for the voting rights for the females in 1918 itself. That time also, during that speech, this diamond was the crown of her jewelry. She was the first lady to put the authentic saris and Indian wear in front of the world. That was the Meherbai. So at the time of, we say, 1924, when the Great Depression was starting for 1929. So at that time, JRDs were hit with a lot of struggle. Tata Steel, one of the biggest steel companies at that time, were draining money. They were at the brink of bankruptcy. They didn't have a money to pay the wages of their workers for the next week. All were in shambles. They tried to acquire a lot of money, but all of pleas were rejected. So right at the moment of, what say, worried, Dorabji Tata went home. He was sitting on his sofa, worried, what will happen tomorrow? All the workers will left today. How will I pay for them? How the money will come? So at that time, Meherbai listened the story silently and decided, like at the time, we must think what a female can do or all that things. But what she did was incredible. Next day, Meherbai went with all her jewelries to the bank, then mortgage it. That the crown of this jewelry mortgage was that Jubilee diamond again. So in the 1924, when this mortgage was done, the valuation that was raised from it was one almost up to 1 crore in 1924. Through these things, all the Tatas things taken care of. Money again started to flow in. Workers were paid their wages. Again, companies start to roll up. And during whole this time, not a one single worker was left out of the company. And in 2 to 4 years, Tata's again completely recovered. And during this duration, all the money that was given was returned. The jewelries and the diamond was taken from the bank and given again to the Meherbai. So, and all the workers who stayed with them also were paid handsomely. Their house were built, and all that celebration was going around for 1929. Was world was facing when Great Depression. Tatas were celebrating their success again. But every story has a dark chapter. So as this story was. In 1931, tragedy hits the Tatas again. This time in the form of Meherbai. She was celebrating her golden jubilee that year. She was turning 50. It was the time for great celebration for both of them. But she was diagnosed with leukemia at that time. A person who has done so much for his workers. Just imagine what he must have done for his wife. Everything was there. All the doctors were called, but sadly, Mayurbai never recovered from it. And she passed away and left the world with solace in 1931. Dorabji Tata, being a very dedicated man to his wife, cannot bear this loss. He tried everything. But again, with some unknown reasons, in 1932, Dorabji Tata also left this world went again with Meherbai. The reigns of Tata were again handover at that time to new young dynamic leader in the form of Shri J.R.D. Tata, who is known for his vision and making the new India. So when he come to know about this diamond and everything, he decided that what House of Tatas has lost in the form of Meherbai, no other family will lose again. So for this thing, the Jubilee diamond was auctioned in 1939, right at the London's, and all the money that was raised from that auction was the seed funding or that resulted in the formation of Dorabji Tata Trust in 1940s. And in 1941, the Monument of Love was founded right at the anniversary of, right at their 60th anniversary, right at their 42nd anniversary of 14th of February 1941 and was inaugurated on 28th February 1941. That's how the great Tata Memorial come to the life. Through that, it has been steadily serving to cancer patients. As we know, this has been a great love story. But what Tata Memorial has achieved till now is beyond the compassion we can say. So when Tata Memorial was started in 1941, since then it has been expanded into 9 different hospitals. That is Tata Memorial today at Parel, then ACRT at Kharghar, Manmohan Pandit Hospital in Varanasi, then again Homi Baba Center Hospital in Varanasi, Homi Baba Cancer Center in Saragur, again, which we say Homi Baba Center and Hospital in Punjab, Bhuvaneshwar Bora Cancer Center in Cuttack, Orissa, Homi Baba Atomic Center in Muzaffarnagar, Bihar. They are serving at around 9 different locations right now. The total visits TMC centers, that is Tata Memorial Centers, visit in a year is around 1 lakh new cases they have treated every year. Fourth, and along with that, only 65,000 only visit the Tata Memorial. 65,000 annually. They are treating this much new cases annually. 4,50,000 visits they have across the centers. And what's the best part is 80% of these cases are treated for free. No one sleeps empty stomach at the Tata Center when they are there. 80% of the cases are been funded through this Dorabji Tata Trust. This 80% is the most significant thing, that is feeling of compassion, love, that and the differential behavior they get from other hospitals. That is, you don't get differentiated whether you are a company owner or you are a laborer. Tata Hospital is indirectly supporting around 165 other private as well as government hospital pan India for the cancer treatment along with TMC centers. They are actually training 5,000 plus staff for such centers to work dedicatedly for the treatment of cancer patients. They have reserve of 100 crores of funding annually through their research and again supporting 9 different startups for the cancer treatment. Our couple has passed away 93 years ago, but yet their story live along for ages to come. Till now, their love story has impacted 1 crore plus lives through the treatment of cancer. Though Meherbai have lost her life, but she has won, but they both have won, and House of Tatas are making the difference by their name. And for these things, they have decided they will continue to fight this war till they eradicate till the cancer completely, and no other person, no other Meherbai loses her life who has compassion and dedication for towards India. So this love story didn't put a person first, but it put nation first. First of all, it put the humanity first. That was their compassion, their passion for their workers, compassion of JRD Tata for other peoples and other families. That all the people of the world are my brothers and sisters. Though I have lost my aunt like Meherbai, I will not let another one to lose his aunt. That was the JRD Tata. That was the Dorabji Tata. That was the love story of Meherbai and Dorabji Tata. So that was for me the takeaway was their compassion towards the world, compassion towards their employees, not considering the employees but the families, compassion of a wife towards her husband, that I if you cannot do anything, like if you are in trouble, then I will be the first one to take you out of the trouble. It is similarly story as we head in the long back into Indian mythology also. The story of Savitri. So here she played the part of Savitri for Dorabji Tata, and again playing a part of Savitri for thousands of cancer patients that are coming there and going out laughing. People come for cry, but the hospital always echoes them with a laugh and laughter of getting treated, getting a new life, and getting a new start to see and serve the other societies also. That's all for today. I would like to hear your perspective on this great love story. This was the first episode, and I would like to hear all of you saying all the wonderful things that you have got from this story. That's all. Handing over the stage to you people right now, I would like to hear from you what you have got from it. Yes, we have quite the people who love to hear this find the compassionate things. So I would like to hear it from first person. Instead of taking names, I would like to hear it from you itself. So first person is unmuted, I guess. Meenu ma'am, you have unmuted yourself. You would like to share your views on this thing?
मैं टाटा कंपनी में ही काम करती हूँ एंड एंड आई कैन गेट दिस रिफ्लेक्शन like whatever the vision is. एंड मैं डायरेक्टली अगर ये बात करूँ तो मुझे इतना डिटेल में नहीं पता था। और लाइक जितना भी उन्होंने, जितना मतलब उन्होंने जैसे जैसे समझा दर्द को, और वो दर्द और को ना मिले, मतलब इंटेंशन मुझे यही, डायरेक्ट इंटेंशन ये दिख रहा है कि जो मैंने सहा वो और किसी को ना, मतलब ये पीड़ा मिले। सो ये डायरेक्टली, मतलब एक सिंपल ह्यूमन बीइंग की तरह ऐसे सोचा। उन्होंने ये नहीं सोचा कि मैं ये हूँ या फिर मैं एक, मतलब उन्होंने अपना पर्सनैलिटी या फिर अपना उस चीज को आगे नहीं रख के डायरेक्टली जो दर्द है वो दर्द किसी और को ना मिले, ये ऑब्जेक्टिव है, ये मुझे मिला।
That's wonderful sharing. A simple emotion, but changing the world for us. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Swapnil, for this beautiful story. I mean, it really touched the heart. It was itna detail mein you have spoken and so from the heart. That's touched our heart also. Of course, these personalities are very great and they have done extraordinary for the humanity. But what I realize is, ki, for my own sake, from what I take from this whole story is that you're saying that jewel, that diamond was bigger than the Kohinoor itself. But then what these people realize that जो हमारे पास है वो compassion जो है is much bigger than that. So that experience itself is a reason to do so much. So अगर आप जब छोटा छोटा शुरू कर देते हो and you get a taste of what compassion really does to you, then all these materialistic things and the biggest of the things in the world does not hold any importance. So even if you start with very small steps, maybe it is your own family, it's your own friends, it is a small circle, or it is just some stranger on the road. But जब हमने अगर उसको taste करने लग जाए ना, तो वो एक you want to spread it more and more and more. So that it's really, I mean, I want that. I want to be there, where it does not, nothing materialistic holds any value for me, but it is just out of true love and compassion and kindness. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
What a beautiful sharing, Suman. Really. Anyone else who would like to share?
गुड इवनिंग मैम।
Yes.
मैम आई थिंक इस स्टोरी से मुझे मतलब एक्चुअली स्टोरी मैंने पहले भी रीड कर चुकी थी, तो इसमें मुझे कुछ इतना ये नहीं लगा। लेकिन बट इसमें अगर एक चीज देखे तो उनका मतलब उनको उनकी वाइफ की डेथ के बाद एक रियलाइजेशन हुआ कि हम जिस इसमें से गुजरे हैं, तो हम तो मतलब इतने आमिर होके सब ये चीजें होके भी हमारे पास ये था, फिर भी नहीं बचा पाए। तो अगर जिन लोगों के पास पैसे नहीं है और वो सिर्फ पैसों की कमी से अगर किसी अपने लव वन को खो रहे हैं, तो उनके ऊपर कैसे बीतती होगी। ये मतलब दूसरों का दर्द समझना जो कंपैशन बोलते हैं, तो वही उनको सबसे ज्यादा रियलाइज हुआ और उस चीज से ही ये इतना बड़ा हॉस्पिटल खड़ा हुआ और आज भी लाखों लोगों का इलाज कर रहा है। तो आई थिंक मतलब जो दूसरों का दर्द समझने की जो भावना रहती है, मतलब करुणा भाव कहते हैं हम उसको, तो आई थिंक दैट इज द वन ऑफ टेकिंग पॉइंट फ्रॉम दिस स्टोरी ऑल्सो, कि हम अगर करुणा भाव से काम करते हैं या फिर करुणा भाव लाते हैं हमारे जीवन में, तो बाकी लोगों की भी जिंदगी अच्छी हो जाएंगी और हमें भी इससे कुछ अच्छा करने का फील आएगा। थैंक यू।
Yes. Wonderful, wonderful, Mahesh. Thank you so much for sharing. And after your sharing, I also got this point that actually it is very difficult, to imagine that situation where this is like ultra wealthy people practicing compassion in such a way. And the message is compassion is a bigger jewel than the actual jewelry. And it is very easy to say, and it is very difficult to take that bold step at that time when you have so much of money. So we are talking about it, but them doing it on such a bigger scale, I mean, going is impacting crores of lives, is really an ultimate example of compassion. Thank you for your views.
Thank
Can
you,
I
Mahesh,
share?
for your sharing. Yes, please, Bina ma'am, go ahead. We were asking that only. Who is going to? Yes, Bina ma'am, you can share.
The story was really impactful, and uh, you just went into so many details that it was like we were watching a movie. Thank you so much for this beautiful narration. Anyone else who would like to share?
मैं बोल सकती हूँ?
Sure, why not? Please.
डॉक्टर स्वप्निल, आपने बहुत अच्छे से और डिटेल में बताया। थोड़ी बहुत स्टोरी तो पता थी, बट ये इतने डिटेल में नहीं पता थी रियल में। थैंक यू फॉर दैट। एंड वन थिंग इज दैट जब उन्होंने बोला कि मैं अपनी ज्वेलरी दे रही हूँ, बहुत बड़ी बात है कि फीमेल्स को तो बहुत प्यार होता है ज्वेलरी से और वो देना खुद होके अपने एम्प्लॉयज के लिए, घर के लिए भी नहीं, वो भी एम्प्लॉयज के लिए, समथिंग टू बी लर्न फ्रॉम हर। एंड मैंने जितना जेआरडी सर के बारे में जितना मैंने पढ़ा है ना, कुछ कुछ स्टोरीज तो अभी तक इतनी जहन में है कि इन लोगों ने क्या इम्पैक्ट किया है। ऐसे लगता था जितनी बार स्टोरी पढ़ती थी, ऐसे लगता था कितनी बार ये हमारा दिल चुरा के लेके जा रहे हैं। जैसे बहुत सारे वेडिंग्स होते हैं जिसमें लोग लाखों करोड़ों खर्च करते हैं। इन्होंने अपने घर के जितने भी वेडिंग्स हुए बच्चों के, उसमें उसमें भी उन्होंने इतनी सारी चैरिटी रेज की। लाइक आई डोंट हैव टू कंपेयर, बट इन बहुत दिस इज जस्ट अ स्मॉल एग्जांपल ऑफ आई वुड से ऑफ देयर एक्ट। बहुत कुछ इन्होंने अब हमारी लाइफ में, इंडिया के लिए तो बहुत कुछ किया है। एंड आई एम रियली थैंकफुल टू दैट सोल। थैंक यू। बहुत अच्छा एग्जांपल दिया आपने। थैंक्स अ लॉट स्वप्निल।
Anyone else like to share their uh, insights from the story or what they would like to take from the story or what we
मैं
say? Yes, ma'am.
ऐसे ही हम एक बार ही डिस्कस कर रहे थे, तो मैं और मेरा एक फ्रेंड है, लाइक बहुत सारी लव स्टोरीज दिखाते हैं।
Meenu ma'am, I guess you have a network issue.
We can take any next sharing till that time.
Anyone else like to share their insight? Okay. Today was the first episode for us with the stories of compassion. And if it is done, we would like to again say we are again bringing this stories of compassion from all around the world to you, as well as we like to urge you as the family of Kindness Corner to share the compassionate journeys you have seen through your life, that you have experienced throughout your life, so that of the people or the heroes who are unknown yet can have a limelight, and we can get inspired from their small act and large act of compassion. So we will again come back to the next Friday with this wonderful series of stories of compassion. Thank you for all. I guess Minu ma'am has rejoined. She wanted to share something. Can you please do that, Minu ma'am?
मैं ये कह रही थी कि जैसे बोलते हैं ना कि लव स्टोरी होता है एंड कपल मिलते हैं एंड द एंड हो जाता है, मोस्टली हम ऐसे देखते हैं। बट लव स्टोरी इज एक्चुअली कि हम साथ में ग्रो करें, एक दूसरे को समझे, जैसा कि हम कंपैशनेट होके करते हैं, और ऐसा कुछ काम जो हर एक इंसान करना चाहता है, तो वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग मुझे इस इसमें मतलब वो इस कपल में दिखती है। दैट इज आल्सो देयर।
Thank you for this wonderful sharing, Minu ma'am. It's significantly a highlightment for today's people who are like just married and have some kind of quarrel. It's advice for them in a way also, for young couples. Thank you for your sharing. So, as I was saying, we will be again next back with the next Friday with another wonderful story. Till then, I would like, if you feel connected with this story, then I would like to urge you as a Kindness Corner family to share this series of stories of compassion to all the peoples you know, so that people can also get to know about these wonderful stories, and they can also bring in another their stories, their corner of life which is yet unknown to the world, and we can get inspired to do great for the society, great for the world, and get compassion, can spread compassion for all of us. Thank you. That's all. We are signing off from the Kindness Corner. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for this powerful session. Thank you so much, Swapnil.
Yes.